SwiftCap YouTube channel. So today I'd like to show you one new thing is how to integrate Unity game into our native iOS app with Swift language. So I have a game, Unity Mario game. So what I need to do is I need to integrate this guy in my native iOS app. So what I have is have two buttons in my native iOS app with Start Unity and Pause Unity. So I need to control these two game into my native iOS app. So the thing which I'm making is here is I have made the integration with all the Unity files into Swift language with the Swift Xcode project actually, and I need to call the Unity files with the start and stop button. That's it. So for full video you can check the description and please click and go for the full video tutorial. Yeah, so that's having the build succeed, and it's running in my simulator. It's the Unity have started. Initialize upload time 0.745 milliseconds. Okay, this is the build which I have made for from Unity in just a native, sorry, just by Xcode. So this is exactly the thing which I will be going to make in native as well, but here we are not using any buttons or nothing else. It's just simply running in my Xcode and it will be opening the Unity straight away. So what we are going to make next is we are going to integrate all the stuffs into our native app, and we need to control this Unity stuffs in our native app. So before that, this is our Unity, and make sure you will be noting the Unity version as well. So if you want to know the version what we are using, it's just go to Unity and click above, and the version you have mentioned is 2018.2.18 F1. You may be different. Okay, we need to use this in our native app. Okay, so let's go. For this I need to start make a new Xcode project. So file, I'm clicking new project. It's a single view application. I'm going to click next. So I'm going to name the file as Unity Swift. Let it be Unity Swift. Okay, and I'm clicking next. Where I'm going to save is at the beginning of the video. I have shown you that I'm making a folder in my desktop. The name of the folder is Unity Swift Demo. Inside that Swift Demo I have also built the Unity inside that. So make sure whatever files you create, you need to make sure everything you know the paths where have you created. I'm creating inside my Unity Swift Demo folder. So as you can see in my side, this is my folder in the right top. So I'm clicking that one. So inside that I have the Unity export. This is the export file which I created from Unity straight away, and this is the Xcode project which I have created now. Okay, so I'm going to open that folder. Okay, this is the project. So first is first, what I'm going to make in this is make sure you have all the signing certificate done already, and then I'm going to make a new folder inside my Unity. So that's a new group, and I'm going to name it as Unity, simply a Unity. Okay, okay, then I'm going to my this Unity Swift demo folder. Inside that you have Unity export. So from these three files, make sure you have the classes file, data, and libraries. So what I'm going to do here is, if you are not able to see it properly, I'll make it more expanded, and This will be okay. Okay, so I have here Unity export file, and inside my export file I have classes, data, libraries folder. So this is inside your Unity export file, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag them over into my native app. So first is I'm going to take classes folder, and what I'm unchecking this copy item if needed, and but I'm checking the create groups and Unity Swift this add to target, clicking finish. The second thing is I'm also taking my library folder. I'm also dragging the library folder, use the same create groups and make the two other stuff so unchecked, go to finish. And then the last one is data folder. I'm going to drag it over here, and here's a small different is added folders. I'm just create folder reference, but I'm checking unchecked with create groups and copy items if needed, go to finish. So this is what exactly you will be seeing at the end of the stuff. And if we are going and check to in our link framework and libraries, you can see two new guests appear in our Xcode. This is library 2 ccpa library iPhone library.a. So the thing is, first we need to, I'm going to show this whole process in a manual way, and there are few steps you can make it dynamic. First I will show in manual way, and I will keep the files for dynamic as it is so that you can integrate in a dynamic way. So this is the Xcode project for Unity which I built directly. This is from Unity export file, and as you can see here in my frameworks there are few frameworks which you need to add into our native app as well. So I'm just keeping over here, and I'm taking this right over there. So in link framework and libraries, we need to call all these frameworks into our Swift file, which means the Unity Swift project. So this is the frameworks which we have already came from a Unity export file. So first is first, I'm going to call all the frameworks now. First is Metal framework. Second one is UI kit.framework. Third one is system configuration framework. Then COTS core framework. Then OpenGLES.framework. Then OpenAL.framework. Media player framework. Foundation framework. Core video framework. Core motion framework. Core media framework. Core location framework. Core graphics framework. CF network framework. AV foundation framework. Audio toolbox dot framework, core text dot framework, media toolbox dot framework, security dot framework, and there's one more I'm going to add is library con2 dot tpd. I'm going to add that guy as well. So here you have all those frameworks down. So this is security framework, it's required. Metal framework, I'm going to make it as optional. In AB foundation framework, I'm going to make it as optional. And the last one, core motion framework, I'm going to add as optional. So these all from the frameworks, and now I'm going to go to build settings straight away. First is first. So this is the main stuff, and we need to make sure that everything we enter here is correct, otherwise the build will not go succeed. So straight away the build settings, in the search bar I'm going to type enable bitcode. So you can simply type it as bitcode. So this is enable bitcode. I'm going to make it as no. Alright, then we will go all the stuffs. Make sure you have selected this as all and all levels in build settings, so that all the files which you have in the build settings will come across. So you just need to slowly drag and have to make few changes in our build settings. Okay, so this is enable bitcode we have done. We will be dragging slowly. Other librarian flags, in linking section you can see other linker flags. So as a reference, what I'm going to do is I will be going here in my build settings in export Unity export project. So you just go through the linking section. In our linking section, that is our other linker flags. So make sure that you have these two Xcode files. Will be shuffling each, don't mix up. Actually this screen which I'm shaking now is the file which I have created from Unity straight away, and what we have run now, that is Unity export from our Unity export file actually. And this is the file Xcode project which I have created now as a to integrate it natively. So here you can see the stuffs, see the difference. Okay, why I'm keeping these two Xcode in one screen at a time is you need to take the quick reference of all the build settings from your this Unity export file, and it'll be easier. Otherwise you need to type all the stuffs as a single. The video will go very lengthy. Okay, so next thing is this is the Unity file, and here I have other linker flags in my linking section. So I'm going to copy all the stuffs and paste it in our native app. So I'm copying this $inherited and coming to my linking section, which is a new file created. I'm going to paste it over here as other thing. Right, this is the framework, weak framework, going to add as well. Then I have core motion, copy it and come here, paste it, and have with LS system, copy it, coming back to the screen. So something, ls system code motion is missing actually. I'm going to copy it again and paste it over here. Okay, and the last stuff is wi undefined dynamic lookup, so I'm going to paste that as well. So that's in other library and flags. Okay, so now I'm going to go and check for the other guys in my build settings. I'm slowly tracking. Okay, framework search paths and header search paths, library search paths. So how we can do this library search paths and this stuff is actually nothing. You can see as in the reference file. So this is header search path. It says dollar inherited, and you can take the path easily from my classes folder. So this is the classes folder which I have, and I'm going to check the path as well. Come back here in my header search path file. I'm going to click double and plus dollar inherited, and the search path for classes folder. Actually, it's header search path is nothing but the path which for classes folder and library folder. So we need to make the paths all set inside this. So I'm clicking this one. So this is the users my book desktop. It's in Unity Swift demo, and it's inside the folder of Unity export and classes. So first we need to set the export file. Then I am going to show where it is exactly. It is in the Unity export folder. Then I am going to call the classes. Then I am going to call the classes slash native. How it comes is I will show you. It's the folder which I have in my desktop. So from here I have made a Unity Swift demo folder. So this is the Unity export folder I have. Inside this I have classes folder. Inside I have the native folder. Same as if I go to libraries, I can see here I have a library libl2.cpp, and I have inside folder inside this as well. Okay, so that's for the classes and native. And the next one I'm going to make is Unity export classes. Then I have libraries. This is for the library, and copy this. Actually this one we don't need to show exactly. Actually this is enough. My desktop Unity export folder, inside that you have classes, inside that you have classes slash native folder. Then comes the library, and then comes the library slash, as I showed you before, I have libil2cpp slash include folder, as I showed you before. Okay, that's, and the last one, yeah, that's it, library slash lib. Okay, so then it is asking for library search paths. Use the same thing. I need to show the export folder, and the next one I need to show the export libraries. Then I have dollar inherited. Inherited, I have to keep it on. Then I have we need to check that's all with the header search paths and library search paths, and we will go for the next stuff. Enable C++ container overflow checks, let it be no. Other C flags. Then we need to check for the other C flags in my Unity iPhone. So these I have these all stuffs you need to call in other C flag section. Okay, so that comes in Apple custom compiler flags. Need to add the following: dollar inherited as usual, and if you are running in a simulator, just copy this. Otherwise, if you're not running in a if you're running in a device, just omit this line: target iPhone simulator. If you're running in device, don't need to write this line, only for simulator. Okay, so then init scripting backend, I'm going to take it from my Unity export file and paste it in Unity native file. flow script overflow, I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste that as well. And runtime script, I'll do CP is equal to 1. I'm going to paste that as well. Okay, that's in other C flags, so it will be inherited in other C++ flags as well. So the next one is in C language dialect, I'm going to C99 standard 99. Then I have a C++ standard file. In Apple language C++, I'm going to have changed to C++ standard C++ as well. Then need to change few more stuff. In the Apple slang preprocessing, enable strict checking of Objective-C calls, make it as no. Then in mismatch run types, set it as no. We need to make few more changes as well, that I will have a file and I will show you how to make those stuffs. In the end of that one, this is actually we are making an Objective-C. So the thing last, this is our Unity export file. We need to take few stuff from here. GCC thumb support. I'm going to copy that GCC underscore thumb support, and at the end of your build settings you can find this user defined stuff. So just go and click this plus button, add user defined, and write this GCC underscore add that one, and type it as no. Then I have GCC indirect function calls, copy it. I'm going to add this stuff as well, and GCC underscore use underscore indirect function calls, I'm going to type it as no one. And then I have from here I need to take Unity runtime version and Unity scripting backend. So I'm copying this Unity runtime version, and I'm going to add the same by same method. Unity's runtime version, that's the version which we are using from Unity. So the version which I'm using is 2018.2.18 F1. Actually this is the stuff Unity version 2018 2.18 F1. You can use your version time in this field. And the last one is Unity scripting backend. I'm going to copy it, and in user defined I need to add this as well. So Unity underscore scripting underscore backend, what I'm going to do is il2cpp. That's it. So that's all in user defined. So these all things are actually coming under Objective C. Make sure this is all the build settings we have to do manually in our Objective C. But in Swift there are a few more additional changes. That is, we need to call the bridging header, we need to call the Objective C as well. This is Objective C bridging header path, and precompile Objective C method.